Gizwop firearm occurred just 2 days later. On
Damn, that boy is active.
At 4401 East Street, Southeast. For those who don't know, that's the Bennett Ridge area. That's Southeast. The victim in this crime had reported
Bennett Road.
He was hanging out when he heard a vehicle speed up in the block, followed by 10 to 15 gunshots. Victim 2 told police it sounded like they came from an automatic rifle. The victim said he dropped to the ground, then felt that he'd been hit in the back. When victim 2 sought treatment for a hospital, shots by the detective more than 20 gunshots.
Damn!
3 days later, on June 20.
He was out on one charge and was involved in 3 different shootings while being out on supervised release. That boy a crash out.
On top 3 to get to the circle where the vehicle was.
Oh, he straight up found there.
Pulled out a black handgun with an extended magazine, pointing it at the vehicle. The vehicle stopped facing northbound on 37th Place Southeast. A frame by frame of the surveillance showed the individual and the vehicle shooting first before Gizwop immediately fired back towards the vehicle. The vehicle then fled the scene, leaving Gizwop shot in the leg. Gizwop was charged.
What's going on, JB fam? We back with this video. You already know what it is. You already know what to do, man. Today we gonna be talking about this DC rapper who just got out of prison. Shout out Gizwop. Probably never gonna see this shit, but I'll fuck with some music, cause we gonna be talking about bro, how his homie set him up allegedly and sent him to prison. That shit crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Close that bad door, don't get snaked by your homie. Babe, y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let's hop right into the video.
Everybody wins when the family feels. Give me the general back. All these cat bad niggas trying to be rich. The niggas said they the war general, rush for war you been in. Ain't nobody gonna vouch for you.
How you a war general? You ain't never been in no war. Slim home.
Ain't no secret, nigga.
Y'all know how to work.
Ain't no secret.
Yo.
We have the data right here from your website about DC crime. All crime up 25%.
Damn.
Murder up 24%.
Damn.
Motor vehicle theft up 107%. What's going on?
107%. So that shit, whatever it was that double plus 7%. God damn!
In our nation.
Those free cars.
So when you talk about the motor vehicle thefts, again, that's one of the national issues where we see the 100 and some percent increase in crime. When you talk specifically about the violent crime, early in this year, we had a couple of cases where we saw individuals, just shooting people, shooting each other for no reason. Individuals who are unreal.
Oh, now that shit for a reason, officer.
Simple arguments turned into homicides. Why? Because people have access to illegal firearms, and when they have access to illegal firearms, they use them. Unfortunately.
Fam, in this video, you can
Duh, why the hell am I gonna have a gun if I ain't gonna use it?
consider this a profile piece. Today we talking about one of the most talked about rappers coming out of the DC area.
Fox 5 gang.
21 years old, but he been having run-ins with the law for some years now, and recently came home and said he have another opportunity to make it places he never been before with his rapping ability. You know what they say, if you living like it, the audience will gravitate to it the most, and that's no different from this rapper. The reason we go over here is
shit getting critical.
story. Because after coming home, him being captured was a movie in itself. A dude he was affiliated with through a big-time rapper from D.C. who we'll later talk about was wanted by the Secret Service for months.
Oh,
This man had
shit.
to escape a traffic stop months prior at a local nightclub.
Damn, my bad, y'all.
Firearms and doing the drill. This man goes to the same nightclub months later, just 5 months to be exact. And this time, he tell this rapper to come with him. Tight. Now he in this mix, getting locked up. Because he ain't tell him he had the Secret Service on his trail for months. But that's what we got here today.
Bro, what? Gang, you want me to go slide with you and you don't have the police, you don't have the FBI, you don't have state troopers, you have the Secret Service on your trail, gang? You talking about the niggas that protect the police? I ain't no scary nigga, but I'm not with the Secret Service. Sorry.
And if that was confusing, don't worry. I'm going to give you guys this information in chronological order. Go over the details surrounding this case, this other main case, and where we stand today, and hopefully this rapper can do better things to provide for his family.
Oh, bro.
Before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story.
So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.
Comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. One of the most known rappers in the last 10 years from Washington, D.C., some would say is Shot Glizzy. A man from 37th Place in Southeast D.C., that neighborhood has managed to create a stronghold on the rap scene in
No
Washington,
cap.
D.C.
They started
Having
pumping
talent
out.
like No Savage, who's affiliated with Glizzy Gang as well, Young Jose, Baby J-Mo, 3 Osama,
Free J-Mo,
Gizwop,
man.
and many more. But you know how it is growing up in the trenches, fam. Each generation start their own little thing. And according to the crime today, this generation ain't doing too much listening to anybody older than them. And that's no different for Gizwop. It's now his generation turn. And they're affiliated with Glizzy Gang, but they go by Fox 5, which is now, allegedly, affiliations of different neighborhoods in Washington, D.C., forming as one, a spin-off from the local news station, Fox 5. Before the
Put your
recent
ass on the
indictment,
news.
you'll see the Fox 5 logo in the beginning of all 8 videos. Some say it's the raw lyrics from Gizwop that make the youngins gravitate to his music. With no deal, he got millions of views on YouTube.
Been out there, swimming in fashion, playing my murder. Shot from a stick and a punch in the nerve. I really get out here.
What you heard?
This bitch ass niggas better run. Stand over game and I'm bumming that. Stand over game and I'm bumming that Drake.
And with all Gizwop had going on in D.C., if you knew, you knew. And they knew he was living what he was talking about. And he repped 37 to the fullest. Even when No Savage was incarcerated, serving his time for a shooting inside of a local.
Oh, I'ma crush you.
He
Oh,
wore a
I'm
Free
gonna
No
crush
Savage
you.
shirt. Had Free Baby J-Mo on the back. On the caption, he wrote Free Wop, cause a bitch nigga pulled the camera out. The real top out. Free Tall, Free SD, Free Set, Long Live Glock, Long Live Racks. Now he mentioned this in his caption because that incident with No Savage at the mall was recorded on camera from Nate alleged enemies. A neighborhood called Simple City, who was known to have a local rapper who's now incarcerated, is Active Baller, who refers to himself as Top Out, even once going to 37th in the middle of the night with cash, with a ski mask posted on.
I ain't gonna lie. For one, that shit lame as hell, bruh. If you really beefing with somebody, you gonna pull out a camera when they press you. That's the most police shit ass ever. Oh yeah, I'm gonna record him because I know he not gonna do nothing. If he do something, I have it on camera and I can turn the evidence into the police. And then you go on in the middle of the night with nobody out to take a picture on their block with a ski mask on and some racks.
On their block and having it posted by DJ Academics.
I'm the top bar. No, you ain't catching me locking. I stay with this Glock and my dip everywhere that I go.
You know what I'm saying? For the people that's gonna watch this joint, man, where we at with it right now?
Y'all already know y'all in the sun, man.
Okay.
I wait. It's the avenue right there.
Now the crazy part about all this is that allegedly Active Baller and No Savages is cousins. But allegedly a female was involved. And that's
Oh yeah, he did.
We won't
I
touch
think
that.
Baller
But that
fucked
was
his
just
baby
an
mama.
example for you to see that in 37, no matter what generation got into an altercation with another hood, that beef is now inherited. And it's gonna forever live on. And that was no different for Gizwop.
Acting like they out of thing, not cause they pretend. Bitch, I see blood, bitch, I'm a veteran. I'm charging my young niggas out to be killing. If a nigga run up, wrong, catch my head. It's all about money and murder, young lady. I'ma give you a 10-piece, young lady.
Damn, they got the horses out on the block.
What you niggas do, don't tell on me, man. Don't tell on me. Yeah, don't let 30, he said it the best. Don't tell him. Don't tell on me.
Oh wait.
Don't tell on me. Yeah.
According to the feds, Gizwop criminal history dated back in 2020. According to his PSI, on October 21st, 2020, officers were reviewing CCTV footage from his neighborhood, the apartment buildings near the 300 block of 37th Street Southeast. According to that footage, they saw someone retrieving a rifle from a bag. When officers arrived on the scene, they say Gizwop and another individual seen with the rifle fled. Officers detained the individual with the rifle. In addition to Gizwop, officers did not find the firearm on Gizwop, so he was released. But police reviewed the surveillance once more, and they found out that Gizwop was the one tossing the firearm into the wooded area behind 324 37th Place Southeast. Officers returned to the location and found the pistol. An arrest warrant for Gizwop, based on unlawful possession of a firearm, was executed on November 8th, 2020. Gizwop was charged with carrying a pistol without a license. While on release in his pending case, Russell Campbell, aka Gizwop, was involved in a shooting on May 19, 2021 at 3:36 p.m. where he was shot in the chest, buttocks, and leg.
Damn, they hit that boy up.
2021, while still on release in the pending gun case, in order to remain at home, Gizwop was instead at a Mobile gas station while in possession of a loaded firearm. This firearm is identified as Gun 1 in his PSI. It was linked to two different drive-by shootings. The first shooting occurred just 5 days prior, June 15, 2021, at the 30.
Bro, that shit dumb as hell, bro. Like, bro, if you just did a shooting with a gun gang, why do you still have the same firearm on you? That you, like, bro, what? He's supposed to get rid of that bitch.
700 block of Hayes Street Northeast. For those who don't know, that's a neighborhood called Mayfair in Washington, D.C., known for rappers like Freddie Murder, who's now incarcerated. According to Giz PSI, he drove by Victim 1, who was standing by his car, and shot at Victim 1 at least 12 times. Victim 1 who stated that it did not know who had shot him before being transported to the hospital. The second shooting linked to Gizwop's firearm occurred just 2 days later. On June
Damn, that boy was active.
At 4401 East Street, Southeast. For those who don't know, that's the Bennett Ridge area in Southeast. The victim in this crime had reported
Bennett
he
Road.
was hanging out when he heard a vehicle speed up in the block, followed by 10 to 15 gunshots. Victim 2 told police it sounded like they came from an automatic rifle. The victim said he dropped to the ground, then felt that he'd been hit in the back. When Victim 2 sought treatment for a hospital, ShotSpotter detected more than 20 gunshots.
Damn!
3 days later, on June 20 of 2021, the firearm was involved in both shootings, was in Gizwop's possession. 4 months later, on October 20 of 2021, and still while under court order supervision, Gizwop was involved in a shootout in his neighborhood, where they referenced.
Cuz he was out on one charge and was involved in 3 different shootings while being out on supervised release. That boy a crash out.
On top of the circle, the 200 block of 37 Place Southeast. As the silver Infinity drove south for the 200 block of 37 Place Southeast, CCTV footage showed Gizwop walking across the street to get to the circle where the vehicle was.
Oh, he straight up
Gizwop
falling
stopped
their
and
ass.
pulled out a black handgun with an extended magazine, pointing it at the vehicle. The vehicle stopped facing northbound on 37 Place Southeast. A frame by frame of the surveillance showed the individual and the vehicle shooting first, before Gizwop immediately fired back towards the vehicle. The vehicle then fled the scene, leaving Gizwop shot in the leg. Gizwop was charged in connection with this October 20 of 2021 incident. In a second Superior Court case, he ultimately pled guilty to carrying a pistol without a license. In the new matter, on May 25, 2022, and in exchange, the government agreed to dismiss his then pending matter. On June 7, 2022, Gizwop was sentenced to just 6 months in incarceration.
Oh, that's not bad.
Suspended, but he had 18 months of supervised probation. But at this point, Gizwop, he getting lit in the music scene in the DMV. He also connected the Glizzy gang. But while on probation for this case, he get arrested another time.
Damn!
November 11, 2022, he was stopped by the Secret Service. But little did he know, they wasn't after him. They was after his affiliate, who go by the name of Trevor Wright, a.k.a. Taliban Glizzy.
See, bro, that's why you gotta know who you with and what they got going on, who after them, cause he probably just hopped in the car, finna go slide to the club, woody whoop, and he's picked up by the Secret Service. The motherfuckers who protect the president. Yeah, nah. Yeah,
Because
nah.
of this man's actions. For the past couple of months prior to that date, November 11, 2022, Gizwop was caught with an AK-style pistol, recovered from a vehicle stop. Shaq Glizzy had hosted a local venue, which we'll later go into detail about. Taliban Glizzy was in attendance. He ordered Gizwop a black truck to pull up in. That truck was seen on CCTV footage in 37, with Gizwop getting inside of it.
Yeah, you got a whole ski mask on and your face is showing.
Before we continue on Gizwop PSI and how we got here, leaving Gizwop arrested and sentenced for 18 months to recently coming home, we got to talk about his affiliate, Taliban Glizzy. Now, some say he's from Maryland, but according to his recent indictment, Taliban Glizzy was the leader of Fully Gang, which authorities claim is a violent crew in Washington, D.C. According to Taliban Glizzy indictment, the Fully Gang operates in and around the Petworth area of D.C. and is engaged in narcotic trafficking as well as violent offenses, such as shootings with other opposing crews in Northwest Washington, D.C. Quote-unquote beasts with the opposing crews are heightened and instigated by social media and music videos. One example authorities used in Taliban Glizzy indictment was a song he dropped called Suicide Bombers. The music video was seen dropping a chain of a person he was allegedly beefing with, and then the chain is seen to be set on fire. That chain was the chain of popular influencer / rapper from DC and Glizzy. The beef with him is strictly allegedly because he don't like Shy Glizzy anymore. The rants he been going on his platform apparently also instigating when Taliban Glizzy chain was allegedly taken by the rapper Active Baller in Miami.
What happened? A couple days later, they said his chain got confiscated. I don't know. Take the number. I wonder if he's a nigga to check in with anymore.
I ain't gonna lie though, how the hell you beefing with somebody from Glizzy Gang and you still got Glizzy in your name?
That's not the nigga to keep you safe. You might have to check it with the Glizzy Gang. Yo.
The fuck away from me. I want them dead. I pay the fee. Can't pay a nigga to play with me. I'm on parole probation and still got an open case. Still got a...
They said it's the 1 year anniversary for my chain. The 40 in that motherfucker. You know what it be the kicker 2 for 2? My brother in the court building right now. If they say he released me, walk about this motherfucker, I'm telling you, the day is the day, nigga.
I might let somebody wear my chain today, man. We starting the trend.
Kill, I might be Taliban today.
I might be Taliban.
I bet y'all had to goddamn take off my jacket, bro. I'm getting hot as hell. We back at it though.
Happy birthday, Chanel.
Hey man, I appreciate it, man. Just know shit all my love, man. I appreciate that. That was done.
Ain't that baller ass?
Man, which one we put it in the Taliban box?
Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
I'm gonna call the real Talibans, right? And make sure they get you a box. Look.
Alright, I'm gonna call the real Taliban, and I'm gonna say, for one day, I'm just trying to be the king.
I say that. Nah, you the king for the week. You the king for the week. You gonna have the same one.
Bet.
Nah,
I hit you on the back end.
Say that.
You know, as of now, Taliban Glizzy got a lot of charges. More than 2 indictments. A string of robberies at jury stores.
5 o'clock, 16 men from our area are facing charges in connection to crimes in 4 states.
Katie Lesso was on that story for us. And Katie, we understand these are some pretty serious allegations, from armed carjackings to even money laundering.
Yes, they certainly are. And police tonight believe this violent crime ring, as they call them,
damn!
9 armed
ass on
robberies over the
GTA
course
heist.
of a year up and down the East Coast. Their target, Asian-owned jewelry stores. Violent and calculated robberies at jewelry stores up and down the East Coast. Investigators say the group,
and this is why Asian people don't like black people now,
would meet in D.C. choosing the roles they'd each take on, the weapons they'd carry, either guns or hammers, and which jewelry stores they'd target.
These were takeover-styled armed robberies meant to terrify and overwhelm store owners and employees.
Between January of 2022 and January of 2023, federal investigators say the group robbed Asian American-owned jewelry stores, 3 in New Jersey, 1 in Pennsylvania, 3 in Fairfax County, Virginia, and 1 in Florida.
Damn!
Armed robberies of jewelry stores in 4 different states in roughly a 1 year time frame.
Investigators say the majority of getaway vehicles they used were stolen.
Last fall, some of the defendants committed a violent carjacking in Maryland, and they used the stolen vehicle as a getaway vehicle during one of the robberies.
The 16 people indicted range from 21 to 45 years old. Investigators say they found 7 guns, including a machine gun, and $300,000 in a safe when they made the arrests.
They are the calculated crime of someone who is willing to threaten a life for money.
Them boys took a $300,000 loss. I ain't gonna lie, bro. There's no way I'm robbing motherfuckers and I'm keeping all the bread in the same place. But that shit gonna be stashed. 50 here, 50 here, 25 here, 35 here, 75 there. Like, you don't ever keep your whole, everything, all your loot in one place, bro. If you a street nigga, bro, don't do that shit.
Or property. There will be severe consequences for such conduct.
Now, federal investigators say all of the businesses are Asian-owned, but said they are not considering hate crime charges here, saying today that they believe the suspects targeted these businesses because of the type of jewelry they were selling a type of gold that they say is apparently easier to sell. Leslie, Lorenzo?
Quite the operation there.
Yes.
Quite the operation
Home
there.
invasions being set up, or him doing the setting up with this baby mother allegedly, in the case we about to go over today. Being caught with firearms and telling on himself throughout the years. According to Trevor, aka Taliban Glizzy PSI, he pled guilty on February 10, 2011 in Prince George's County, Maryland for attempt robbery. He also previously pled guilty to 2 counts of possession of controlled substance back in January of 2017. And because of those convictions, he disqualified from possession firearms. So on May 28, 2021, Taliban Glizzy had posted a story to his public Instagram account showing him shooting a fully automatic rifle at Lock and Loaded in Miami. Machine gun experience and range, located in Miami, Florida. The shooting range specialized in machine gun rentals.
That is dumb as hell, gang. You know you're not supposed to have no type of firearms, be seen with no type of firearms, but you're going to post it on your main story for everybody to see, including the feds. Just stupid.
Law enforcement visit Locked and Loaded and reviewed the surveillance footage and copies of the contract signed by Taliban prior to his use of the firearm at the range. Now at this point, police didn't use it against him, but the following year, July 17, 2022, at around 2:14 a.m., Metropolitan Police Department had responded to a call on the 1700 block of Rhode Island Avenue in Northwest in Washington, D.C. for a report of firearms left behind in the rideshare vehicle. Upon their arrival, reporting party number 1, who was identified as the Lyft driver in Taliban indictment, reported finding numerous weapons in his vehicle that had been left behind by Lyft passengers. Subject vehicle 1, a black Chevrolet Suburban with 3 rows, was registered to the Lyft driver. But before we continue, fam, at this point, I think this driver was the Secret Service. The second row of the Suburban has what it commonly referred to as captain chairs with open rows between them. In the aisle between the captain chairs of the second row, officers recovered a pistol lying in plain view on the floor and an AR-15 style firearm that was particularly concealed.
Y'all left a Glock and an ARP in the lift. Y'all just get dumber and dumber by the damn day.
Inside a duffel bag, also lying on the floor between the captain's chairs. Now, because of this incident, Taliban was a wanted man, but he managed to escape. This is how the drivers say that day went. They say on July 16, 2022, at around 5:35 p.m., Taliban had ordered a Lyft under the name Stacy. There was a request to pick up about 3 to 4 males, including himself, at 515 15th Street Northwest. During the initial encounter, Taliban told the driver that he was a famous singer and had lots of money. The driver said Taliban canceled the drive right before he arrived and said he'd pay him cash to drive him around for the rest of the day. And he did just that. Taliban Glizzy was seen on surveillance coming out the hotel in the outfit he had later posted the same day with the same duffel bag that was found left in the lift. The driver then asked Taliban to take the bag as he opened his trunk, but Taliban said that bag stayed with him. The driver said that at each stop, Taliban and other males would get out the car, but one male would remain in the car, seated behind the driver, to ensure that the driver did not unbuckle his seatbelt or leave the vehicle. The driver also said that one of the stops was 8807 East Forte Turns in Fort Washington, Maryland. Prior to Taliban and the other males getting out of the car, the driver heard inside the vehicle a sound consists of someone racking the slide of a firearm. The driver recounted that either the 11501 Williams Beans Road stop or at the 8807 East Forte Turn stop, when Taliban and other males got into the car, they rushed into the car in a hurry and yelled at the driver, "Go, go, go," or words to that effect. From that point on, the driver observed and noticed a change in Taliban and his associates' demeanor. They became hostile towards him, angry how slowly he was driving, and expressed interest in taking over the vehicle themselves to drive it away from the last location.
You're doing crimes through a law-abiding citizen?
After dropping the passengers off at the final destination, St. Ives nightclub, the driver started to move his vehicle due to the street being congested. But the driver received a phone call from the passengers or Taliban, who told the driver to stop moving the car and stay put. After dropping off the passengers to the last stop, the driver looked to the rear, noticed the firearms on the floor, and instantly called 911. At this point, it's around 2:14 a.m. Upon officers' response, they recovered inside the subject bag an AR-15 style weapon. The rifle had been reported stolen out of Arlington County in Virginia. Behind the bag was a ghost gun, a Black 9 Glock semi-automatic pistol. The Glock had 1 round of 9mm ammunition. In the chamber, a 31 round with 31 rounds in it. The police say after the club top.
See, y'all, they would have been straight if they would have put all the guns in the bag and zipped the bag up. Y'all gonna have 1 gun in the bag and then the rest of the guns just laying out.
Taliban left in another black Suburban, but he had to know that the boys was on him. They was playing mind games while collecting evidence because he was still taking flights. And during this time, he had an altercation with his Taliban chain in Miami, where he lived with his son's mother, Seven, who's a popular YouTuber. Now, we may got to do another story on that situation because she also popped up in this indictment. Authorities talked to her, and she confirmed a couple things. And one of those things I disclosed to you guys is an incident that took place on June 6, 2020, involving Taliban and his baby mother, leaving a backpack containing a Glock 23 that was stolen, with an Instincto magazine carrying 22 rounds and $80,030 inside of the woman's bathroom of the Residence Inn at the Hotel 901 L Street Northwest.
You left 80 bands in a hotel?
Taliban and his child's mother checking into the hotel almost a week before, May 28, 2020. Surveillance from that date of the firearm recovered shows Taliban carrying the backpack that was ultimately discovered to contain the firearm. He later seen providing the same backpack to his child's mother, who carried the backpack with her headed towards the woman's bathroom. When seen later exiting the bathroom, Taliban baby mother no longer had the backpack with her. I say all that to say this. If they mention that and she not arrested, they know a whole lot more from her. Now at this
bro,
point,
her
I
ass
really
talking.
need y'all to pay attention, fam. Because these shows in D.C. is for Shaq Lizzy. I guess Taliban was his muscle at the time. He got hammed up trying to have muscle at the venue the first time. But knowing he had, Shaq got another show. November 11th, 3 months later. Guess what he do? He used one of the hottest up-and-coming rappers who he can affiliate with to take that risk, not knowing that them boys is looking at him. See why I say the streets is a myth? He essentially set Gizwop up to take that chance, to give them, quote-unquote, protection. And at this point, fam, you gotta know the Secret Service was running everything. They knew that Taliban had ordered the lift for Giz. They sent their own driver. They had the driver parked directly in front of the camera up 37th, picking up Giz with the same backpack that was later found out the night they got pulled over for allegedly running the light. Who you think ran the light? Yes, the Secret Service. I think the girl they was with was also working, because she asked to get out to use the bathroom. Giz and 2 more other people asked to get out as well. Taliban instantly ran to Chinatown Metro. He got away that night. Giz got arrested. They found the firearm and the whip as well. Now fam, this case is like anything else. I find out more as I go, and it's intriguing. There's more people telling than we can see right now. Here's a clue. This man went back to the same venue a month later. In baseball, 3 strikes you out. In Taliban case, that was the same thing for him. Shy was hosted at the same nightclub. Taliban was there, but this time he rode with Shy. Now before we continue, you guys wondering why Shaq Lizzy face is blurred out and no one else? Your guess is good as mine. Just know I didn't do it, and that's in the indictment. As they was leaving, they was pulled over. It was with the entourage of Shaq Lizzy in a black Escalade. The officers conducted a traffic stop. They wasn't doing no running away. Taliban was arrested. He had a warrant in Florida, D.C., Virginia, and PA.
Damn!
3,000 on him. A chain with a large battery pendant, diamond earrings, a Rolex watch. And on December 12, 2022, Taliban was charged by complaint with a single count for his unlawful possession of at least 2 firearms on July 17th. But Taliban was also indicted while incarcerated for a string of armed robberies of jewelry stores.
That brother is
that we
cooked.
And him being in the gun range. Nobody knows an update on his case. And with so many cases, don't know where to start at. As for Gizwop, he managed to come home 21 years old after doing 18 months in the feds. Now, got another chance, another opportunity for the youngins who saw this whole video. I hope y'all take this one lesson. Don't get tricked off the streets.
Like, but that's about the end of the video, bruh. But, bruh, be careful who you hang around. Be careful who you associate with, bruh. Because at the end of the day, bruh, the cops ain't asking too many questions, bruh. All y'all niggas going down. Black truck full of niggas. Oh, yeah, all y'all got guns in here? Ain't y'all smoking? Wrap this shit up, buddy. You're going downtown. But if that's the video, I appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, roll to 1,000 subscribers. Step into my second reaction channel, JBsiah 2. Link in the description. Tell to my clothing brand, JungleBredClothing. Link in the description. May y'all start away, get you some money. All love, JBsiah. We out.